Good morning. I just found the predator that was after my chickens. And I guess that he got what he deserved. Check this out. Hey, get out of here. 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 Get out. That looks like a, what is that? That's a baby raccoon, right? That's a raccoon. He was stuck with his feet in the thing. So I don't know what he was trying to do up here. You're cute, but stop trying to come after my chickens. Good morning, folks. This is Butcher and Butcher Tim. Today we are going to be harvesting 30 chickens. Just about 27. I kind of started the day with a fun adventure. Well, not really fun. About 2 weeks ago, we've had a predator get to our meat birds. Some of y'all can remember. Well, I wake up, open the back door to our house, and there's a juvenile raccoon stuck in between two limbs on a tree. I'll post a picture right after this. That raccoon, I haven't seen a raccoon on this property before. We thought it was a weasel that was getting after our chickens, but if that raccoon was roaming my property in the nighttime, then that was most likely the culprit. And I thank God that I found him, because if that's the raccoon, and he's not welcome on my property. And I had to put him out because he is coming after my food source and my livelihood, which is my chickens, my eggs, my birds. I have turkeys, we have chickens, and we have, 150 pounds of food invested into these chickens. And I'm not about to waste it on some raccoon that is trying to get into my property. So that's the most humane thing for my farm, to keep things productive. We have about 20 baby rabbits also, and we have a rabbitry production for meat and to sell for income, for feed for the other animals. A raccoon that's after my chickens and has already killed one and has already injured 3. That raccoon is a dead raccoon. So that's off the side. Today we are cleaning up. In a few minutes we are going to harvest our very first chicken. All right, let's go grab a chicken. We'll show you the whole process start to finish, except for the kill, because we can't post that online. This is our mobile coop. We move it twice a day, so they've been eating fresh grass on pasture. And you can actually stand in it. So try to film. You can keep this closed because they'll crowd here when I try to catch one. All right, chickens, here we go. All right. We said a prayer this morning, thanking God for providing and thanking for the lives that we're harvesting today. And this bird experienced 12 weeks of happy days, sunshine, and fresh grass, and 30 seconds of stress at the end. Pretty good. I think. All right, we go in these cones. It hugs the animal, gives him somewhat of a constriction. I do put their feet in a little loop, because if not, I've had birds fall out and then you get all super messy. So I just put a loop around their legs. This step is unnecessary, but I've had them fall out of the cone a couple times. All right, and now they get quick decapitation. Move away, buddy. Turn around. All right, this bird right here. This bird has been in cone already. It's been dead for about a minute. It goes in the scalder. And the scalder is at 150 degrees. To be precise, 147, but at 150 or 145 for a couple, maybe like half a minute. I twirl it around, and I have pin feathers. They're long feathers on the wings. If you pull on them, you see they're not coming out, and it's not ready. Just keep rotating it in the hot water for a little bit longer. Check the pin feathers. One came out, but it's not quite ready. All right, let's check again. Nope. Still a little longer. Every like 2 or 3 birds, I turn the burner on and raise the temperature a little bit. You definitely don't want to cook the skin. There we go. Maybe another second. There we go. Now they're coming off easily. Then from here, I'll need the hose. There we go. They go in the locker. Machine goes on. Look inside. The bottom spins. The sides is stationary. And it spins for about, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. Rubs up against the, runs up against the fingers. And done. And now it looks like a bird you buy at the grocery store. And then we go here. We've removed some of the pin feathers. And then this table does the rest. But we won't show the gruesome opening of the bird. People don't like to see that online. So we basically pull all the insides out, and then it goes on ice water. And that's it. All right, you can cut. Today, we processed about 27 chickens. And now they've been underwater. We put them in ice water, in an ice bath. Basically covered with ice and water for 24 hours at the minimum. Sometimes, up to 2 to 3 days in ice water, just at, that 0 temperature. And now they're ready to be cut and processed and put away in the freezer. So this is how you would see a chicken that comes from the grocery store, a whole chicken, just like this. Now we do a little bit more. We don't really eat the neck, so we package that to make broth. So we, in our family, we don't eat whole chickens a whole lot. If your family eats a whole chicken, then you leave it whole and package it whole. Here we have an example of whole chickens, and these are shrink bags. So if we would pull all the air out and twist it and then dip this in hot water, it would shrink and basically package this chicken for a whole chicken meal. But we don't really eat whole chickens a whole lot, maybe 3 or 4 in a year. So we don't do it that way. We split it in chicken breasts, whole chicken wings, and the drum and thigh. That's how we eat our chicken. We could even go split this further, but if we freeze it like this and we want to cook it in smaller chunks, we can always split it after when we're cooking. So let me show you how I do this. I just do a little bit of cleanup based if there's still any feather pins. Just you don't want it, if it doesn't look pretty, you cut it out. All right, so the skin, we don't really need this skin, not on the chicken breasts. So the skin goes off. Again, if you do this at home also, if you're a chicken processor and you knew more about how to split chickens, then don't judge me. We're homesteaders, and we do this not out of survivalist mode, but we know what goes in our chicken. These were raised on our own pasture. These were fed non-GMO feed. So the feed that they ate, I would eat. No chemicals in the feed, no trash in the feed. They're not fed hormones, they're not fed any kind of antibiotics. They haven't had one chemical intake in their whole entire life. And so I know exactly what's going into my family's belly. So this is the chicken breast. I'll try to make it quick because I don't want this video to be 20 minutes long. Again, I'm not a butcher. I'm just learning this as we go. Every year, we butcher about 30 chickens. And we did our last batch around the same time last year. So around June, the middle of June, we did the last batch. And we still have two chickens in the freezer from last year. So we have not bought chicken the whole year. So that's chicken breast right there. There's a little hair, so we take that off. That's how you buy your chicken in the store. So in the end, it's the same thing. We're gonna package 4 chicken breasts for one dinner. That's how we eat it. If we're gonna eat chicken breast or chicken cutlets, whatever, we have, you know, 4 family members, and we'll cut them in half, and that will give us, you know, some leftovers for the next day too. But that's how we eat the chicken. So we package it in the way that we would usually buy chicken. The first batch we did all of the chicken whole, most of it, and then we found out that we were still buying a whole lot of chicken in the store, because that's not the format that we used to. We used to buying chicken breasts and chicken thighs and drums. And so we ended up, after that first batch, we ended up processing it a little more. It's a whole lot more work. That's a chicken breast. That's a really nice sized chicken breast too. I'm sure you're gonna say, I should have washed my hands, put gloves on. We ran out of gloves. My wife went to the store to grab gloves, but my hands are washed. And this is for our personal consumption, not for the market. So now, I take the wings. The wings are really easy. I just go all the way down and then they come right off. That's a whole chicken wing. Same on the other side, all the way towards the neck. Boom, chicken wing. And then what I do with the back quarters, I just go like that. It kind of splits the bone. This goes in for broth, so we don't waste anything. Everything gets processed. Now, there's a lot of meat on this backbone section, but we're gonna turn it into broth and then soup. So, and these are the legs. What I do here, the backbone goes here, but it's all good stuff, so we're not going to pick too much off of it. That goes in the broth pot. I literally just split it in half with my butcher knife, just like that. And that's a nice drum with the whole thigh. So that's how, and then if we thought whenever we're ready for dinner, we can always do thigh and drum separate and cook it differently, but this is how we eat our chicken. So we're gonna package this in like 3 to 4 pieces for one dinner meal, probably 8 wings for a dinner meal when we eat wings. And then this goes in the pot for broth. So let me show you this. It just goes in a big old pot with also the skin, and that's gonna cook. We're gonna reduce that down half, and it will give us a couple gallons of broth. So we're probably gonna make just 1 batch of this. The rest will go in a bag for freezer. So whenever we make broth again, we'll just make 1 portion for, you know, maybe 1 or 2 gallons of broth at a time. That's the whole process, start to finish. It's not rocket science, and it's not all that difficult. So, thanks for watching.